Oh, God.
You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's bullshit.
It was just really
that's
hard
bullshit.
to listen to.
That's so different than hating a group, a racist group. That's just preference. That's just the fact that men don't want fat women. I mean,
let's have the girls answer.
Do you guys think it's fat phobic? Like, do you think it's fat phobic to have preferences about whether or not you want to date a fat person?
That's so mean to say like guys just don't want fat women.
that's the truth. I mean,
speaking,
maybe like fat men want fat women.
Generally speaking, very few of us want fat women.
What women want fat men? I mean, it's like,
I don't know.
Let's say you had the option, Lauren, between a super jacked Chad and an ultra fat dude. Which one are you picking?
Okay, well, it's like it's personal preference.
Exactly.
That's just,
Do you think it's mean that guys have personal preferences too?
but I feel like you're just saying that about all men in general.
saying what?
Like all men don't want.
No. I mean, I think that some men like that. Probably, I'm sure those people out there. But like for the most part, we're not looking for that. Like especially a guy who puts an effort in himself.
I'm gonna have no opinion on this.
What do you guys think about what she said? What do you guys think?
I have a pretty controversial opinion.
I love controversy.
I guess.
Let's
it's
hear
not
it.
anything like original, you know, a lot of like, I don't know, other podcasters say it, but like that body positivity is a harmful public service announcement if it's discouraging prioritizing your health. So basically like encouraging people to think like fat is beautiful. Fat is like incredibly unhealthy, leads to the #1 causes of death in America. And yeah, it's a terrible thing we should not be encouraging in any capacity.
You are so fat phobic.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Because I'm like health. I'm like pro health. I think health is if it's not your priority, if it's not your #1 priority, maybe reconsider that. Maybe like consider making it your #1 priority. And yeah, I don't think as a culture we should be like. I'm not saying like bully people for their weight, but maybe don't have a culture that's shaming, like discouraging people from prioritizing their health and taking care of their bodies.
Yeah.
So I think there's a balance there because I do have friends that are larger, and it is genetics. No matter what they do the diets, they do the stuff, they lose a lot of the weight, but there's some weight that's very difficult for them to lose, even though they're continuously working on it. Right? It's a continuous effort to work on yourself. So I don't think that we should marginalize people, but I also think that everybody has their own preferences on what they're attracted to. And if you're looking for a partner,
people, like aren't the most healthy too.
There are people who are anorexic.
Why in the U.S. though? The U.S. has the fattest people, and it, you know, like this can't just be. I do believe that genetics play a role. That's for sure. That's true. But why in the U.S. is it that it's just okay here? It's just.
Are we continuing the body positivity concept? Because I think that there is a certain aspect to that culture where it is overdone, and we are encouraging people to be unhealthy. But
right.
my understanding was the question was the intent and preferences in your partners. So is that the discussion, or is the discussion the body positivity?
Which would you prefer? Would you prefer a man who's in shape or a man who's fat?
I prefer a man who's actively taking care of himself.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like, as long as they're doing the
Both men
work.
are attempting to actively take care of themselves. Both of their personalities, incomes, level of commitment to you are almost equivalent. Would you prefer the man who's in shape or the man who's fat?
It depends on who I'm more attracted to physically.
Your attraction is almost identical to both of them with everything other than the level of fitness that they have.
Then it comes down to their personality.
Personalities are equivalent. Would you prefer an in-shape man, shredded six-pack, dude looks like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, okay? Or would you prefer a morbidly obese dude?
So those are two polar opposites. So if
Intentionally.
someone is morbidly obese, they're not working on themselves.
He literally can't even walk.
Then that's someone who's not
Yeah,
taking
that's
care of
someone who's
themselves.
about to be on my 500 pounds.
That's not even valid
I know,
in the
it's
conversation.
a ridiculous question.
Yeah.
potentially. I mean, I think almost everybody would choose a person who's in shape. I think people have that preference. I don't think it's
I think if you
fatphobic.
don't have that preference, you're like severely confused. I don't know. If you're not prioritizing your partner, they take care of their health and they prioritize their health, you need to look for different quality people. Yeah.
So wait, what was your kind of quarrel with what I think Michael, right?
Yeah.
What Michael was saying.
Wait, what was that?
What were you saying before? You were saying that it's fat phobic. What were you saying?
I didn't say anything
Just
about
'cause I was
fat phobia. I think.
You're saying it's wrong that guys don't want to date fat women.
Okay, are you imitating me?
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Sorry, just because I stepped away for a second. Just so, what was it that you said?
I don't know. I honestly don't.
She just said it was mean. That was all she
Mean
said.
that guys
What's
prefer-
mean? What is mean?
Mean guys prefer women who are in shape over women who
What
are
does
fat.
mean?
I would just say that it shouldn't all be about like, okay.
Looks.
No, not about that. I mean, I feel like everything should factor equally.
Didn't you say earlier in the conversation
think
you
that-
like guys
okay.
that are jacked?
No, I never said
You
that.
didn't say
I
that? Oh no,
never
you just said
that.
like tall, dark, handsome, that kind of stuff.
I never said. Okay,
I think you said-
asked me what my type was.
Yeah, you said it was mostly physical for you, not even
Okay,
personality.
no. But what if physical for me meant like he doesn't have to be shredded? I never said that my
Okay.
type was the guy who's shredded.
You're right. I got that wrong.
I never said
So
that.
what do you look for?
She likes fat dudes.
Fat.
But okay, what is your issue? I guess okay, we watched the
I
video.
don't like someone
Do you
who's
think it's
obese.
mean if
Honestly, I
girls,
like someone who is like into self-care. Someone who just gives a shit.
But okay,
about
so the
Like-minded.
the video is a morbidly obese woman complaining that.
I'm not saying okay, morbidly
Hold
obese.
on, let me finish.
I
Let me
think
finish.
you're-
Yeah, let him finish.
The video is a woman who's morbidly obese who's trying to paint the narrative that it's somehow discriminatory or like fat phobic or just some sort of like marginalization that men don't want to date fat obese women. So, do you have an issue with men that don't want to date fat obese women? Do you think that's wrong of men to have that preference that they'd prefer to date women who are not fat?
I don't know. I guess everyone can have their preferences.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
But
I will say that.
I feel like there was a but.
No, to say everyone can have their preferences. Everyone has their preferences.
Okay, but do you think that that is an unjustified preference that men
I just
have?
think you shouldn't base everything on that.
On what?
On like, okay, you look at someone, they're like, I guess.
Morbidly
oh,
obese?
Okay.
I mean, her personality is dog shit too.
Yeah.
She's
Okay,
condescending.
In that case, I would say, yeah. No, I wouldn't want to go for someone who's morbidly obese and has a dog shit personality. But, you know, if they're morbidly I mean, okay, I'm not talking about morbidly obese. I'm saying someone, okay, maybe they have like a couple extra pounds. They treat me like a queen. Like, I really like them. They have a great personality. We get along. I'm not going to hold those extra pounds against them.
But okay, but she's morbidly obese. I think she's talking about like women who you would, if a woman has a little bit of a little belly, like a little couple extra pounds, like you said. Most guys that's probably fine. In fact, most men like
that's what I'm
like
referring to.
thick
But
women.
he never said like morbidly obese from the
Yeah, but
jump.
she's morbidly obese and she's complaining about I don't remember the exact words, but
Okay, I got a good
I don't want
question
someone who's
for you.
unhealthy.
Right.
Like morbidly obese.
Right. I got a good question. So earlier when you were describing your type, you said, was it you like tall guys?
I
Did you
don't
say-
think I ever even said tall.
Okay, so no tall, but you like dark features.
Okay. Yeah.
What else did you say?
I think I just said like brown eyes and brown hair.
Okay, brown
That's
eyes
what
and
I
brown
meant.
hair. What would you say if a guy made a video and he was like, I think it's so wrong that women have preferences only for guys with brown eyes and brown hair. I think that's discriminatory. I think you're marginalizing guys with blonde hair and blue eyes, and I think it's wrong that there are girls out there like you. What would you say to a guy like that?
You know, when you asked me that, I wasn't saying, oh, that's only like exclusively, I'd only go for guys with like brown hair and brown eyes. I was just saying it was something it was like a type of mine, but at the end of the day, I think it comes more down to like who you get along with. You can't really control who you like.
But do you think that men should care less about a woman's weight? I think that's the crux of.
Do you like short guys?
I mean, I'm short, so
Let's say a guy was 5 foot. Would you date him?
I'd prefer not to, but let's say he really treats me well and we really get along and I really like him.
You would date him?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would. So.
And you know,
Such a good
on that note,
Yeah.
I actually want to make a point though to guys that are short that is there's zero reason to give up if you're a short man.
The short kings.
Yeah, I mean that.
Persevere.
No reason to give up.
There's no reason to give up.
Short kings rise up.
That's right. And MGTOW, men going their own way. That's some BS, man. You gotta learn how to get past that and work on yourself and still become a man. Just because girls say that right now, like you can still prove yourself. You can still become a high value man if you're short. If you're like you work on yourself.
Short kings.
Yeah.
Build yourselves in the gym. Build your sense of humor. Build your sense of confidence. Build your social status. Build your career. Build all these things. Get that charisma, that fire of confidence inside of you. You guys can pull most women that you want. Women say that they prefer tall guys. You get an ultra charismatic short king around, they'll flock to him. I've seen it happen.
I like a guy who can make me laugh.
And then still get curved by the girl who wants a guy who's 6'3". Okay, so, yeah, no, I mean, obviously, improve yourself. But yes, men who are shorter do definitely face a added challenge when it comes to dating. So, okay, did anyone else want to come in on the reaction to the video? You didn't really. Do you want to give your take? I don't think you spoke on it yet.
I really agree with Lauren pretty much, but yeah, I think that like body positivity is more popularized these days, I guess. Yeah, but I'm personally attracted to physical looks first, but I don't know what to say.
I really liked your take, Tara. I thought you had a very good take on it.
Thank you.
Did you guys want to comment?
It's kind of funny though, like how women can reject men for damn near nothing, but can get completely butthurt and have to mega cope when they get rejected by men. So
They have to make TikTok videos talking about how all men need to change.
It's just
I think women get off to rejecting men. I just saw a video on that. I think every time a man comes to you and you reject him, there's a little dopamine hit and you love it.
I can validate that.
Really?
I can validate that. Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
That's not been like, I don't know.
It's probably,
Wait,
I don't know. My
probably
friends, you
some
feel
women
really
do.
terrible. I don't know. Me and like other people I know. But.
say it again.
So I believe that many women get off to it a little bit. They like when men approach them and they just say no and they just look away and just blow them off.
You
my belief.
think they like the
I think they get a hit of
validation.
It's validation. It's attention.
and possibly also a feeling of power, like I just reject
Absolutely.
It's a total power trip.
Absolutely.
It's a complete power trip.
I don't think that's always the case.
Yeah.
Like
It's probably case by case basis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't even say that's like majority of the case. I think most times it's like girls feel really bad. They're like, what do I say to him? I don't want to hurt his feelings, but I'm just like not into it. Like I feel like most of the times girls like keep seeing guys that they don't like because they like don't want to hurt their feelings. At least that's my experience. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that it goes both ways. It depends on the females, but I can validate that there are females out there that totally, like they go out to the clubs just so they can say no.
What do you think, Liv?
I think for me it's like case by case. Like if a guy walks up to me with like a fat ego, and it feels nice to reject him a little bit because take it down. But if he's a super nice guy and he genuinely wants to take me out, and I'm just like not feeling it, I'll be like, I'm sorry. But I really haven't rejected anybody about it, that's when the ego comes in, and it's like, no,